Hi guys, Scott here from Radio Shop. In this episode we're going to look at how to add channels fast to your radio. So you have a radio, it has some channels on it, you then discover you need some extra channels. What we do is we plug in the radio, watch the video in the top corner, then open the CPS 2.0. What we're going to do today is we're going to read the Motorola R2 radio, which is the replacement for the Motorola DP1400 radio. Open the software, go to the top, hit the read button. This radio is actually factory setting, so there's no channels on it at the moment, but we'll show you quickly how to add them. The code plug opens, go down to zones, open zones up. What you'll find in zones is you'll find the channels. We've got one channel on this radio at the moment. What we're going to do is create a template of this channel. We're then going to duplicate it, make a copy of it, and then we can add additional channels quickly. We just want to make sure the settings are correct, and then we can edit it. It just speeds up the whole process. So go to the arrow key, select the channel, go to the pencil key. You've got the channel name, you've got colour codes. You can change the colour codes on the radios and have different networks. You can range it between 0 and 15. It basically means you can have the same frequencies, the same talk groups, but then different colour codes and they won't be able to hear each other. Next one is repeater slots. Digital radios or DMR radios use time division multiple access. That gives you two time slots on the same frequency. So in theory, well, factual, you can transmit and the two time slots will never be able to hear each other. So we'll leave that on 1, we'll leave the colour code on 1. We're going to set the frequency as default. Make sure your frequency matches your Ofcom license. We're just going to keep this same example. But if we do want to change it, we go 405. It'll now create 405 megahertz. To get it across to the transmit side, just hit copy. That way you're not going to make any errors when you come to typing it, which is the most common fault. Next important ones is group list and contacts names. The group list it's like a squelch filter on digital. The only people in list 1 will be able to hear you. So if you're creating 4 channels, you have channel 1 as list 1, channel 2 is list 2, channel 3 is list 3, and then 4, so on. You then have the contact names. We'll then create groups for them contact names, which I'll show you how to do now. So the first thing we want to do is create the contact names, because you can't add to the received groups until you create the contact names. Go to contacts. We see we've got it here. Let's keep it simple. Let's do group 1. Yeah. ID we're going to do is 100. Next, we want to create a second one for the second channel. Select digital, group call. Call this one group 2. Caller ID 200. The reason I'm starting off at 100 is it enables us to add individual radios later on for private calls. Group 3, oh sorry, cancel. Group 3. Yeah, and we'll do one more, group 4. Digital, group call. Forgot to add digital, group call there. 3. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Now we're going to do the receive list quickly. So receive list 1, we'll add another one. And what we'll do also, we'll add another, and I'll go through them. And we'll add a 4 for the 4th channel. So we've got four group lists now. So how it works is group 1 is a member of this group. That means it can receive the signal. Group 2, 3 and 4 aren't. So we go to list 2, we put group 2 in list 2. We put group 3 in list 3. We put group 4 and group 4. That basically means that each channel now cannot hear each other. If we wanted to drop another user in, we could, but it enables us to use the same frequency on 4 different channels, which saves you buying multiple frequencies on your Ofcom license. It also means you could create a 5th channel, which could talk to all the groups in emergency, which we'll show in a later video. So we go back to channels, we created the groups. Now what we want to do is go back to the channels. In other important settings, we're on group 1, we're on group list 1, we're on contact name group 1. Key 1 is power, make sure you've got the right power setting, high or low. You can adjust that in general settings over here. Timeout timer is basically how long the radio is going to transmit. So if it's set for 60 seconds, you accidentally press the button or lean on it, it'll transmit for 60 seconds, then it'll automatically disable. Next one is admit criteria and call criteria. Put them on always. If you don't, and you have them to channel free or color code free, what happens then is if you try and transmit on that radio, but that radio is receiving someone else in the area using the same frequency with that color code or free, or PL tone, if it's analog, it won't allow your radio to transmit. And at the end of the day, if it's an emergency and you need to transmit, you want to be able to use your radio. So they're the key settings. Now what we're going to do is we're happy with that channel. We'll go back to zone. Zone 1, select it, hit the 3 dots, add copies. We want to make 4 channels in total, create another 3 copies. Now what you'll find it'll do is it'll create 4 more copies. You scroll across, you can check the frequencies are the same for the transmit and receive. All we're going to do here is adjust these. So channel 2 is going to be list 2, channel 3, list 3, channel 4, list 4. I'm going to find the talk groups. You can do it individually by the channel, or you can scroll down here. Here we are here, contact names. So 2. This basically means when the radio transmits, it will say group 3 is transmitting, for example, on the one I'm on, or group 4 is transmitting. So all the settings are the same now, apart from the receive groups are different and the contact names different. This basically means now I can use this radio. It has 4 separate channels. If I want to write back to the radio, because it's the same code plug I've read from the radio, I use the right button at the top. If it's a different serial number on the code plug, i.e. I've read this radio and I now want to program it to other radios, I will select clone. Hope that helps. That now gives you 4 digital channels. So to create an analog channel, it's the same. We just go to plus, select analog this time, go into the settings. Analog channels are separated by PL tones. The main ones here is channel bandwidth. Normally on your Ofcom license, either 12.5 or 25. Make sure you check your Ofcom license. We scroll down, we've got the frequency. We're going to make this 406. So we're going to imagine that's what's on my Ofcom license. We're then going to select, the TPL tones. That's basically the hertz right at the end of the signal. And when the radios have got some distance between them, it causes separation, which means your radio is not going to lift if someone else is talking on that frequency. However, if they are close together, it will come up on your radio, so it only works at distance. Select a different code. You'll see on here every code actually has a different frequency. What we're going to do is copy that across, so the transmit and the receive's the same. We're going to make sure the power's on high or low. We're also going to ensure the admit criteria is set to always. This basically the same again. It allows the radio to transmit all the time as soon as you hit that button, instead of you having to wait. We're happy with that. We go back to zone 1. We now want to duplicate this, so we're going to copy. We'll add another 3 channels of this, so it's going to give us 4 digital, 4 analog channels. Now at the moment, all these channels are the same. What we can do here is we can scroll down and we can change the tone. So you can select a different tone for them. Yeah, make sure for when you're changing it, you change the receive and the actual transmit tones and not just one of them. Yeah, otherwise you'll end up having issues. I normally find it easier, see the tones there and there? So I normally find it easier just going on the actual thing and changing it M7, WB, X8. Now the problem here is you can't copy and paste WB XA, so this is the chance of when you're going to actually make a mistake doing it. So M7 WB XA, M7 WB XA, that's the same. Now these radios have 4 channels on the analog which use the same frequency. Personally, if my Ofcom license gives me the extra frequencies, I'd make sure analog are on different channels so there's no interference. To do that, just click on the actual channel, channel 6. You can change the setting there to 407, copy it across. Now that's 407. Do the same with the next one. I look up my Ofcom license. I'm checking my Ofcom license. My Ofcom license says my next frequency is 408. What I'm going to do now is copy that across to 408. Yeah. Go back again. And now I'll go to the last one. Oh, edit. My Ofcom license says it's 409 for this example. Yeah, hit copy. Now copies across. So to summarise, we have 4 digital channels, 4 analog channels. We're happy with the radio. All we're going to do now is going to write back to the radio because this is the code plug from the radio. If it's going into a different radio, we'll clone to it. Power up the radios, test the radios, make sure they work. Make sure you check channel 1 to 1, 1 to 2, just to check that they're not jumping over and there's no errors or interference on them. I keep one radio on one channel, I'll then flick through on the other one. If 2 radios are working the same, the rest of them will work because obviously you're using the same code plug. Yeah, any problems or faults or issues, please leave a comment below and please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you need a proper cable, we sell them online, free shipping to the UK. Any issues with software, please get in touch, we're here to help.